Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Huge fights put Alex and Teresa's engagement scheme at danger. Days of Our Lives reveals that Alex Kyriakis and Teresa Donovan, Emily O'Brien, will encounter some unforeseen roadblocks. Despite Teresa's secrets, things had been going well between her and Alex, but some new obstacles threaten to split them up. There will be concerns about Holly Jonas's health after she is admitted to the hospital following her contaminated medication overdose. Of course, there will be inquiries about how Holly obtained the pills and who may have persuaded her. According to January Days spoilers, Alex will discuss the idea that Tate Black was involved in Holly's drug use during the week of January Days. From Alex's point of view, it'll be a sensible decision, especially since the cops will be suspecting the same thing. Teresa, on the other hand, will grow upset because Alex believes he knows her son better than she does. According to Days spoilers, Teresa will be enraged with Alex for even considering the notion, resulting in a massive confrontation that could jeopardize their future. Teresa will be furious if Alex blames Tate for Holly's suffering, so she will jump to her son's rescue and lash out at Alex in the process. Teresa's angry mama bear side is expected to emerge in Days, so she'll really let Alex have it. Naturally, Teresa isn't going to be thinking about the forgery, her conspiracy with Konstantin Maliunis, or the Kyriakis' inheritance right now. All Teresa can think about is how protective she is of Tate and how outraged she is by Alex's proposition. Although Tate will say Holly obtained the pills, E.J. DiMera will insist Tate is the guilty party. Brady Black will lie and say the pills are his instead, but Rafe Hernandez will not believe him. Tate will eventually seek his own arrest in order to save Brady, so there will be lots of drama. Teresa will warm to Alex, but it will be Brady who she will be drawn to, especially after he was willing to sacrifice himself for their son. Teresa and Alex's relationship will become even more tangled as she plans to kiss Brady at some time throughout the Tate saga. As a result, Alex and Teresa will undoubtedly have another heated quarrel. According to Days of Our Lives, Teresa's engagement scheme will be jeopardized. Holly's pill-popping techniques take a terrifying turn. Tate finds Holly in a bad situation as the poison medications take effect on Days of Our Lives. This is hardly how anyone expected the teenagers to begin the new year. Highlights from Days of Our Lives. Holly has been on a downward spiral for the past 2 weeks. It's all too much for her, what with her fixation with Johnny, her futile attempts to gain his attention, the death of her baby brother, and spending her birthday alone. To cope, she first turned to drink, and now she's turning to deadly drugs. Unfortunately, the drugs were poisoned, and she's crashed hard. Tate, tragically, is the one who discovers her. He knows she's overdosed, so he rushes to save her life. This is a lot for both teenagers to deal with. What caused this to happen? Nicole, as you could expect, is completely taken aback by the entire situation. She's barely hanging on after losing one of her children. She can't stand the notion of another loss. She hopes and prays that her daughter will survive. When Alex suggests that this is her son's fault, Tate's mother becomes enraged. Tate isn't ideal, but dealing with drugs is a lot different than vandalizing his school. Who would have thought Tate would be involved in this? Read this to learn more about what happened on Days of Our Lives. Ava and Stefan have also been called into doubt. Harris takes them away and grills them with a series of probing questions. Did they have any involvement in this? Doesn't that scene at the Pier seem odd now? A memorable evening. Away from the drama, Paulina and Abe celebrate the new year together. He might not remember her, and she might be disguising her health problems from him, but that won't stop them from having a nice evening. Will they ever have a romantic relationship? Everett vs. Clyde, Trip Suspicious, and EJ's Justice Quest. Days of Our Lives has arrived. Tate Black has been detained, while Holly Jonas is on life support. Everett Lynch, Blake Barris, discovers information on Clyde Weston. Trip Johnson suspects Ava Vitale of cocaine trafficking. In addition, E.J. DiMera seeks justice for Holly and Nicole Walker DiMera. Continue reading to find out what's next in the Peacock soap drama. DOL Weekly Recap. DOL explained that Holly is fighting for her life after taking contaminated ADHD medicines. Nicole is in tears as Alex Kyriakis explains his theory regarding Holly's overdose to Teresa Donovan. However, Alex's suggestion upset Teresa. Tate arrested, Everett vs. Clyde, Tripp suspicious, EJ's justice quest on Days of Our Lives. Harris Michaels also questions Ava and Stefan DiMera about Holly's medicines. Abe Carver also spends New Year's Eve with Paulina Price. DOL week is coming. Fans should anticipate EJ promising to hold Tate accountable. Clyde's directive puts Ava and Stefan on the spot. Tripp wonders if Ava is involved in the drug trade in Salem. EJ also confronts Stefan about what happened to Holly. Spoilers for Days of Our Lives upcoming episodes. Julie Williams and Chad DiMera explore loss and the future on Days of Our Lives. Everett overhears Stefan and EJ squabbling. Nicole is sitting next to Holly's hospital bed. Sloane Peterson Brady also has to cope with Leo Stark's spending sprees. DOOL. Fans should expect Tate to delve even further into his confession. John Black ends up imparting some wisdom to Brady Black. Abe apologizes to Paulina for not being able to be intimate. Our Daily Lives. Tate Black's bail revocation on EJ ensures that Tate's bail is revoked. Brady and Teresa attempt to reassure a horrified Tate. While Wendy Shin, Victoria Grace, is packing for China, Tripp delivers some bad news to her. Tripp will most likely remain in Salem to care for Holly. Xander Cook also invites Sarah Horton to live with him. The huge error ruining Days baby switch story. Nothing stirs up the emotions of a viewer like a touching baby story. Having a mother and child separated by chance or, better yet, an unscrupulous schemer. While Days of Our Lives' big baby switch tale hits all the right notes, it suffers from one major flaw: there is no actual newborn in the plot. The missing piece. Fans have never seen Nicole's newborn kid because he was born on the side of the road. There was no oohing and awing over the adorable little one's sweet face as Dimitri delivered the infant to Sloane's door and handed him over to Melinda. There was no face-to-face mother-son interaction later when Nicole abducted the child. That's because there's no baby on set, which completely detracts from what's supposed to be a heartbreaking story about a newborn. Connection error. As a fan, it's hard to build a meaningful relationship to a packaged blob by feeling any emotion toward it. Especially when the nicest part of these kinds of plots is receiving a glimpse of the child everyone is loyal to or yearns for. A blanket will not suffice. Obviously, the cost limits of Days have made using a real infant in scenes problematic. There are fewer working hours available, production is hindered, and there is the cost of having a guardian on site. However, if you're telling a story about a baby, viewers must occasionally see one. The soap should have at the very least purchased one of those lifelike silicone kids. The youngster may then have been displayed in long shots. The big reward. When Nicole discovers Jude is her son and is reunited with him, Days better have a real baby boy on set for the much-anticipated sequence. If it doesn't, the soap will be doing a disservice to one of its most anticipated and significant payoff moments. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.